If your user has access to multiple companies, you can easily switch between them using our company account switching features. You'll only have access to multiple companies if you've been invited to those companies with the same email address. Otherwise, you'll have to log out and log back in using the email address that's associated with that other company. So if you have an existing company account and someone invites you to their company, it's always a good idea for them to invite you with the same email address if possible, so you can actually easily switch between the two. If you require access to another company, you should contact an administrator in that company and they'll need to invite you from the users page. So assuming that you have access to multiple companies, how do you switch between them? Well, if you're on the dashboard, you can tap your avatar here in the top right hand corner and then select from the companies available. So you can see currently I'm in this template development company. If I want to switch to this one, I can just tap here. And now you can see the logo has updated, showing me that I'm within that company. Also, my avatar may or may not have updated, depending on whether I actually have an avatar in that company. If I don't have an avatar, it might just have my initials, but it should be obvious from the logo that I am in another company now. Also, the jobs list has refreshed to only show jobs for the company I'm now in. So it is often a good idea to have a separate avatar for each company if possible, so you can easily distinguish between the companies you are in. If that's not possible, then you want to make sure you do have a logo for the company. Again, it's just so you know which one you're in. When it comes time to view the reports, the branding for the company you're currently in is going to be shown. So what about the mobile app? How do you change companies on there? Well, it's a similar process. If you tap the avatar, this time in the top left-hand corner rather than the top right-hand corner, then it's going to prompt you for this switch company option. If you tap that, you'll see any companies that you belong to. Now, it is worth noting that if you don't have access on the mobile side to a particular company, you're going to get an error message like this one here. It could be that you've got access for just the dashboard, for example, but not the mobile, in which case you're not going to be able to get into the mobile side of things to actually carry out the work, and you'd need to contact an administrator to give you access. But the reason that I have this particular company listed is that I would have been invited to that company probably on the dashboard side, so I do technically have some access, just not the access that I need in this case. So to change company like before, you just select the relevant one from the list. The logo will update along with the avatar to show you which company you're now currently in. If you're also logged in on the dashboard side, that will automatically change too. It was the same the other way around. If I change company on the dashboard, it will also change company on the mobile app if I'm currently logged in. And it keeps the two things in sync, as it were. So that's how you change company on the dashboard and the mobile app. If you don't have access to the company that you need, you're going to have to contact an administrator in that company and ask them to give you access. Make sure they invite you with the same email address if possible, so you can take advantage of this feature. Otherwise, you would have to log out using this log out option and then log back in using the correct email for that second company, which isn't ideal. You really want to be able to use the switch company option, which is possible if you have multiple companies linked to the same email address. If you have any questions about company account switching, please get in touch with our support team, but I hope this has been helpful.